everybody, it's Jenny from the Missouri Star Quilt Company, and I'm here today with Ron, and we are outside walking the streets in Hamilton. Happy Tuesday, Newsday, and we just thought it might be fun to show you the new fabric market. Its grand opening is tomorrow. It is open today as well. We thought it'd be fun to show you. So if you come down the main street of Hamilton, just past Subway, you'll come to this great store, and we're just going to be walking along here. Annie has having to walk backwards, and so I'm a little faster than you are, Annie. There we go.
How about I get you
right here.
walking?
Oh, you want us to get us walking? Well, we can walk and talk at the same time. So the windows are so darling, and you have to get up here to see it. It's you pick the fabric, all ingredients to make a quilt. So the fun thing about doing this is we have all this extra fabric we don't know what to do with that we can't actually put online. And so this used to be an old butcher shop, and we have turned it into a fabric shop that's modeled after a butcher shop. So there's a big cow, which we'll come in and see. And then there's also a lot of fabric in different colors, and you buy it by the pound. It gets wrapped in butcher paper, tied in string, and we just want to show you everything in here. So come on in. You got the door for us, Ron?
Yes, I do.
So this is the fabric market, and we just want to take a minute and have you look around. Look at these darling shelves. This is all color-coded, pre-cuts right here. And then Annie, turn around and get this. So you have to see some of these songs. These little quotes on these towels are so fun. This heifer don't take no bull, not today. Welcome to our pig pen. They're just so cute. We have the little plates that show all the fabric cuts on a pig. And then there's just these up here. Did you see this up here? We even do have flowers, a little cart with flowers to make it look real marketish. And this is our butcher shop-esque fabric here. You can get all the colors. This is Ashlyn right here, my other granddaughter. And see the things up on top, they're so fun. And you can buy it by 2.5-inch strips, 5-inch cuts, or 10-inch layer cakes. We have some cool patterns and t-shirts over here. Right here. Look at all these, you guys. It's so cute. Sarah, my daughter Sarah, put all this together. She did such a great job. We have the quilting pyramid. Of course, the most important things, you can't sew without a needle and thread, so there it is. Down here we have this cool wall. My other granddaughter Katie painted this, and we put a saying up that says, we're so happy you're here. Because this place is all about the experience. And so, could you see that whole sign down there, Annie? Excellent. Cute little cards over here. Now let's head to the other side, which is very fun. Oh yes, 2 bathrooms in every store in Hamilton. I made sure that happened. All right, so this is like our candy store element part of the market. And look at all these candy jars. And they're not full of candy, they're full of notions. And so they're separated by colors. And we have all these cool notions in here. Make sure you get these darling ice cream cones up there. So much fun. And then look at this button and clip bar. So you can buy clips, buy the scoop. It's like ice cream scoop in your, and buttons, buy the scoop. They're so darling. And then over here, and we got our MSQC radio playing. BJ actually puts that together for us. We have our own little playlist, and we have commercials where all of us talk and say things. Just makes it fun for the town. We have these more cool notions. I mean, more notions than you've ever dreamed of are in here, in these cute jars, all color-coded. So then, let's come over here to this cabinet. Such a cute display of things over here. Lots of fun souvenirs type things for Hamilton and for the quilt market. These are some of my favorites. Look at this. 5 fat quarters with a cherry on top. How cute is that? It's just darling. Of course, you can get like, I guess these are sushi. Are they, Ella? Do you know?
Like dessert rolls.
Dessert rolls and things like that. in the little berry baskets. They've just paid so much attention to detail. It's just really fun, you guys. And then over here, if you turn to this way, we have Ella Jane's Soda Shop. And actually on the drinks, under root beer, let's look closely at that. So under the root beer, my favorite is, of course, the Mr. Jenny, because it's root beer with vanilla cream, so it tastes like a root beer freeze, or, you know, something like that. I love that. So this is fun. You can get all kinds of sodas, all kinds of fun stuff. It's named after my granddaughter, Ella. You might pan to her, just show her face a little bit. Ella does TikToks. I did one this morning. We'll see how it turns out. They're always getting me to do these crazy things. Anyway, we know you probably have some questions. So we hope you enjoyed this little tour, and we're gonna go sit down at the table right over here. And Annie is we'll get the computer out, get it set up, and then we'll be able to answer your questions for you. And I also want to talk a little bit. So if you saw my post the other day, I made a dress, and I showed the pattern. It's 8591 Simplicity, and it's like going to be a 50s dress. And Wyndham has this new fabric that's called Perfect Points, and they have several different colors. Probably, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 different colors, and I chose 3 to make some dresses. And so they all have different quilting patterns on them. The black and white one is the pickle dish. I'm making one this morning that is yellow and white, or mustard and white, and it is I can't think of what the pattern is, but it's little stars and pinwheels. And you know, I'll do a post about it and show you as I go along, but I'm making these for Birthday Bash because I just think they'll be fun. It's fun to have quilty 50s dresses, right? Who doesn't want that? So anyway, Annie, how are you coming on those questions? All right, Annie's got the questions ready for us.
What can you do with men's old shirts in good condition? Is there a tutorial on how to make a quilt out of cotton shirts?
So men's clothing, actually any clothing, is a great way to get material. To make the shirt, to make anything. It's just a great source of material. So Ron and I save his shirts, and we just cut them into 5-inch squares. So we start by taking the side seams out, cutting the little front tab off the front, and then opening up the sleeves and taking a 5-inch ruler and getting as many 5-inch squares as we can. We have a little box of them going, and I think that it's just a great supply for shirts. I don't have a tutorial on taking it apart, but you know what? I have plenty of those to take apart, so maybe we'll do one for a Tuesday Newsday, Annie. Don't let me forget that, and I'll show you how to do it. Bonnie Hunter has a good tutorial or a blog or something like that on taking old shirts apart. It's a great source for fabric. I mean, there's a lot of places where you can go get fabric from the secondhand store, or I mean shirts and things like that, clothing, but you do want to check that it's cotton and it's the same cotton. So anyway, it's kind of fun. I like that idea a lot.
How about a Doan family cookbook?
Oh, we're working on that. Sherry's working on that, and that should be coming fairly soon. We'll see how that goes. Do you think, Annie, that everybody can hear okay, or should we go out to the patio? All right, let's go out to the patio. We have one more place to show you. There's a little sit-down patio out here in the back, and we'll show you the patio. So here's our cute little patio, and they're putting up the wonderful triangular sunshades. Let me grab this door for you. And we'll sit over here at this cute little table in the corner. Look how bright and happy these tables are. And then we'll be able to hear better. You know, when Mr. Ron is in there talking, everybody wants to talk to him. He's so social. Yeah, he's so social. So anyway, I'm not sure what color I am anymore, but you'll be able to hear me a little better out here.
Do you want to sit back there?
Nope, this is great.
All right.
I love this corner. I can see everything, and it's nice and shady, and we have a breeze. So today in Hamilton, it's actually one of the hottest days ever in Hamilton. I'm not sure what it ended up being, but it's high 90s, maybe
It's
low hundreds.
Toasty.
But it's toasty and it is beautiful, but there's a breeze blowing and it's never a bad day to come shopping in Hamilton, for sure. All right, what else we got?
What do you do with all the quilts you make? You always have one made up, then one for a demo, so you end up with at least 2.
We do, and then it gets made again for Block Magazine in a different fabric. So the demo quilts, we use those for donations and that sort of thing. And then also if like, I don't know, just anything we would give a quilt for, we could use. And we also have a finished quilt store, and some of the quilts go in there. And so there's always places for them to go. With me, I make quilts. I make quilts mostly, for my family, and then I do quite a bit of giving as well. I know when people make quilts, they have a donation pile and a family pile and, that sort of thing. And so it just, I don't know, there's always places for a quilt to go, so.
Will you be doing any filming / Tuesday Newsday on your mission?
I'm going to try to. The time difference is a little different, and we don't know how the internet is going to work and how often we'll have access to it. But we're going to try and take the whole world on with us, on this adventure. And so we hope to do some Tuesday Newsdays.
What should I bring to the Dome Girls retreat I'm attending this month?
So you want to bring the tools that are your favorite tools, because we all have muscle memory. And if somebody puts a different rotary cutter in your hand that you're not used to, it feels weird. And I feel like because we have such muscle memory with our tools, that it's important to have the things that you're comfortable using. Otherwise, you could have an accident, and that would not be good. That would not make your retreat any fun. So bring the tools you love. Look at your ruler, your favorite ruler. It's the ruler you cannot quilt without. Look at that ruler. Look at how it's set up, and then just remember that it's a brain thing. The reason you love this ruler is a brain thing, and those are the kind of tools you want to buy. And so if it's very plain with just inches and half inches on it, then you want to buy very plain tools. If you have a ruler that has like just, it can do 10 different things and your brain's okay with that, that is perfect. If I have a ½ inch on my ruler, I'm probably going to make a mistake. So I have to pay really close attention, or else I have to have a ruler with no ½ inch on it. And so I just, I'm careful about those things. You're going to want to bring your own thread, your own, tools, scissors. If you want your chair to roll, or you need a cushion for your chair, we do have cushions, because the retreat chairs that are there are way better than the ones we had before, but they're you sit in them all day long, so they're not perfect. No chair is probably perfect for that, but I sit short on a chair, and so I went to aisle 10 in Home Depot and I got casters that I can sit underneath my chair. So my chair sits up taller, and now it rolls. And then I also have a cushion, 2 of those sitting cushions on my chair. And I know people are always surprised at how tall I am, and yet I sit really short, but all my height is in my legs. And so, so you'll want to do something about that. Oh, I don't know, if you want to listen to a book or something. There's so much going on at retreat. They generally have some music playing. They have some, we have classes the first morning. If you wear readers, don't forget your readers. You'll be lost without your readers. I'm trying to think of all the things that I'm comfortable with. I just pack a little kit with extra blades and sewing machine needles and all those kind of things. Of course, we have those things here too, but it's nice to be able to have a set down where you have all your stuff around you and you're comfortable. So, just come and have fun.
Do you shop for fabric at the store or from the warehouse?
So if I'm looking for a certain fabric for a quilt, so for tutorials, I get fabric in lines, and I'll be presented with several lines on the computer, and then I get to choose which one I want to use, and it comes with all the fabric I need to make that quilt, including the borders and the backing. And the companies send those to me so that I will use their fabric in a tutorial, so they will sell more of that fabric. And so that's how that works. Now, if I'm looking for a certain fabric, a certain back, then I will go out in the stores. I'm most seen in the backing shop because I'm looking for a backing, and I have this, I have a pre-cut I'm already using, But a lot of times we'll just send a purchase order to the warehouse, and then it will show up, and Cherry will go get it for me, and that sort of thing. I don't get into the shops as much as I like. I tend to love the Christmas shop, the home shop, the main shop, and the Pennies. Oh gosh, I love them all. Never mind.
The fabric market.
The fabric market. Oh my gosh, I just think this is the most clever, fun thing ever. We had a soft opening last week, and the very first pound of fabric that we sold, all wrapped in butcher paper and tied up, I signed the package. It was just really fun. I loved it. I think Sarah's just done a phenomenal job. Her and her girls.
When is the Christmas embroidery coming out?
It should be out pretty soon. It should be out in I thought it was coming out for Christmas in July, so maybe this month, maybe?
Ooh,
we don't know for
keep
sure.
An eye out.
We don't know for sure.
Is there a quilt with it?
There is 2 quilts. So what we did the same thing we did for Ingrid's, is we did a lighter background and a darker background. We actually did velveteen, and that embroidery looks so incredible on the velveteen. And then Team Doan got to sew the white ones, and I was like, wait, I love the white too. They're just so colorful and pretty. They just have all the traditional Christmas colors, and some added in ones that just give it real pop. I mean, the blocks are adorable. Jackie, our designer Jackie, has made all of them, all the designs, and oh my gosh, they're just beautiful. Anyway, they're really fun, really pretty.
There is a comment that says, I just noticed the purple pinky Morse sewing machine on the upper shelf. I'll bet it's a 1956. I have that exact same machine and sew on it nearly every day. Her name is Dorothy, after my favorite aunt who left her to me, but we call her the Purple Monster because she's just so darn heavy and we can't decide if she's purple or pink.
Well, let me tell you the story about how I got my Morse sewing machine. I do love it. Annie, when Annie was about, maybe you were 9 or 10, you were little. Do you remember?
I remember.
She was little, and she would go to the thrift stores with me, and we would go thrifting and see what we could find. And I saw this sewing machine case on the floor right up by the register, and I lifted up the end little levers, and I picked up that lid about 2 inches, and I saw the pink, and I slammed the lid back down and closed it up, and I said, I'd like this sewing machine, and it had a $9.99 sticker, $9.99 sticker on it. And so Annie's just keeps looking over at me. She's not sure what's going on, and we get out to the car, and she goes, Grandma, what is that? And I said, I don't know, but it's pink, and I had to have it. So we opened it up, and we took the lid off, and we both just stood there. Oh, and mine runs. I don't sew with it every day, but every once in a while, we get it down. We haven't named it. Maybe we should name it something.
It's just so beautiful.
It is so darling, isn't it?
It's so fun. It's just such a different machine.
It's so bright and happy. I know they also come in a teal.
Ooh.
Maybe we should go
try to find
a teal one. Those machines are really fun. I love the old machines.
She continued and said, no computer, bell, or whistles, just forward, reverse, and a few zigzags, but I wouldn't trade her for anything.
That's, really, we buy these fancy machines, and at the end of the day, they have 800 stitches, and we use 3. It's like, we really, as quilters. Now, if you're a seamstress or do other things, you will use those other stitches. But as quilters, it's we use about 3 stitches.
One last question, where are you and Ron off to on your couples mission?
So we are actually going to West Africa, and we are going to be serving young people there and teaching them skills. We're super excited about it. And we don't really know how it's going to work or what's going to happen, but we know our area covers 17 countries. And so, and I think they must be small little countries. It might be like Vermont and New Hampshire and Maine, we're like in one day you can drive through all the states, because it doesn't seem like that big of an area, but it is a lot of countries, 17 different countries. So I'm going to try and video as much as I can and take you guys with me as we're traveling along. I just think it'll be really fun for everybody to see, and it will make me feel not so lonesome for all of you, because I'm going to miss everybody. Every day it gets a little closer, and I'm just like, it's just starting to feel really real. Most of the women over there wear dresses, And so they said it's most appropriate to wear dresses over there. And so I've been getting some of these dresses from Amazon and trying them out and see how I like them in the warm weather. And so today I thought it's going to be the hottest day ever, probably as hot as it is every day in Africa. I'm going to wear a dress. You know what? It's a ton cooler. It's a ton cooler than pants. I'm just saying. Anyway, so hope you guys have a good week. That's it for us on this Tuesday Newsday. We hope you enjoyed the tour of the new fabric market, and get here to see it as soon as you can. We'll see you guys all later. Bye, everybody.